Hello, this is Sarah from Posh Pooch Designs, and for today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this fun little clip-on poo bag that you can take with you to the dog park. You hook it on your leash and you've got your poo bags right there inside. It's the perfect size for the rolls also. Measures about 5 by 5. So let's go ahead and get started. The first things you're going to need is a 1-inch button, a 1-inch D-ring. You're going to need a 1-inch clip and your wide eye needle, yarn needle, your eye hook, and some worsted weight yarn. Now I'm going to move the screen down so you can see this. Now the crochet pattern for this will be in the comments so that you can copy that off and make a printing of that. And also remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Here we go. I'm going to bring the screen down and we'll go ahead and get started. Now the first thing you're going to do is chain 15. Let me pop on my glasses so I can see my hands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 chains. Now you're going to turn 1 single crochet in the second chain, 1, 2 from the hook, and then single crochet all the way across. On each row, the chain 1 does not count as a stitch. It is a turning chain. And a turning chain is just a little chain 1 that you do at the end of a row to make your turn nice and smooth and help it lay nice. Almost there. This whole pattern, all you're using is single crochets and chains. There are no fancy stitches or techniques. Okay, so 14, because we single crocheted in the second chain from the hook and then 1 single crochet all the way across, chain 1 and turn, and you're going to do that for 15 rows. Well, actually through row 15, and once you do that, it's going to look like this. And your square should measure 5 inches by 5 inches. Then for our 14, we're going to single crochet up the side, 3 single crochets in the corner, and then single crochet across. And when you're single crocheting evenly across the side, you're going to single crochet in the end of each row. And this is going to give us a nice, smooth finish. So I'll try to do this pretty quickly. Now, like I said, you can use any worsted weight, and you can also use cotton yarn for this if you like. Cotton yarn works up really nice. We're in the corner, 1, 2, 3. Now we're turning and going down the third row. 1 single crochet in each stitch. Be sure to go in there and click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our other YouTube videos. Our YouTube channel is brand new, and what we're doing is we're basically going through all of my crochet patterns from my blogs and trying to answer the questions that people have. Some of my blogs will be about tricky stitches, and some of them will be the complete pattern. Some of them will just be answering some questions that maybe didn't make sense, because everybody sees things differently. I may read the pattern one way and you may read it another, and it won't make any sense to you or to me sometimes. So that's where a little video can help. Oops, lost my stitch. On my last side, there we go, right down the side. And this is going to just be a square. You basically made a single crochet square of 15 rows, and single crochet edging all the way around. And that's the basic of the shape. Let me put my last 3 single crochets here. Then you're going to slip stitch that in that last stitch, clip that off, and weave in that end. Let me go ahead and tie that off real fast. Now, I'm just going to put those ends over so you can see, and this is what you're going to have. Now, to make the poo bag, you're going to need to cut off a piece of yarn. I say about 16-18 inches, and thread that in your needle. Just like that. And you're going to, this is going to be your front, so we're going to go like this. And you're going to go from one side in and out, gathering. Let me do it this way, maybe that'll help make it easier for you to see. You're basically just stitching the side. And then, after you get that all stitched, you're going to pull those together. I like to make a little knot there and then just gather them up. And see that end, how gathered that is? Then we'll make a little knot, make sure that's held tight. And I always tie it a couple of times. We don't want it to come out. And then we're going to do that to the other side. So we're going to whip that along. Just gather that up. Leave that out so we don't lose it going through. Okay, we did the same thing. We're going to pull those strings together and gather that up just like that. Tie a little knot and clip those strings. Now you should take the time to go ahead and weave in those ends. I'm not going to do that right now so that we don't take too long. But then you flip it over and it looks like a little boat. Okay, I'm going to pull that stitch in just so we don't see it. And your knots need to stay on the inside. Okay, so now our next step is to make the little button loop. There we go. Now for the button loop, you're going to take your yarn and attach it to the center of one of the sides. And to find the center, what I do, I just fold it in half and then choose that one in the center. And you're going to go through both loops, attach your yarn, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if your button is a little bigger, you might want, just test it out, make sure it can go through there, because you're going to go right back in that same stitch and pull through like doing a slip stitch, and then you just clip it off, tie off, and weave in your ends. I'm going to put a little knot there so I can get back and weave that in just so we don't lose it. And then you can see there's a nice little loop. So the next thing we need to do is get another piece of yarn, thread your needle, and line up your button on the other side and stitch that on. Just like that. And I do through both of them. Clip that and tie a little knot. You can go through as many times as you want to, but for time's sake, I'm just going to do that the one time. And then you can see you can button your little button, and that holds your bags inside. Just like that. Okay, now we have to put on the D-ring and the clip. So what you do is you take your clip and put that on your D-ring. You might have to pull that a little to get on that bump. just like that. And then another piece of yarn and thread your needle. And I put my D-ring on the end. Now you can stick it anywhere you want. I'm going to put it on this end. I'm going to go up through the inside, just like that. We're going to put that D-ring on, and then we're going to sew through it several times, just like that. And you can sew it as many times as you want to until you feel like it's secure. And then go back inside and tie that off. And I'm just going to do a few for sake of time. And there you have a fun little pouch to put your poo bags in. You can unbutton that. Here's a couple of them that I have. I don't have a roll with me right now, but you just take your poo bags. And this is big enough to fit one of the garbage bags too. I've stuffed a Walmart or Target bag inside also. And there you go. Clip that onto your, I have a backpack I take with me when we go up into the mountains with my dog's stuff. You can clip that on your leash. You can clip it on your backpack, on your belt. Taking a walk, hook it right up on your belt. Works just fine. Thank you for watching our video today, and be sure to subscribe.